Alright, got me a rattle trap tied on. I'm just gonna kind of let this wind blow me back into this. So it's a road bed right here, and I mean I can see it. I can see the road bed. And there's bait stacked up on it. This river's coming down right now, so the water's actually moving through here just a little bit. Got a little bit of current to it, and dude, when it's doing that, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. But hopefully, them big gar rolling through here. We'll get the bow fishing stuff out in a second. I got the bow on the boat. I'm kind of surprised I haven't had a hit yet. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a bass. That's a largemouth. Small one, but it's a largemouth. Look at that. Oh, thank you. Sure. There you go. Little 10-inch guy. I'm gonna throw it right over that road bed. Just kind of run it back up through here. Now this wind's blowing me straight into this, so I might have to get off on this other side. Oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. There we go. Told you, rattle trap, man. This spot is known for rattle trap. Chill out, bud, chill out. Let me get back up off of this real quick. Don't you do it. All right, that's a pretty good one there. Good pound and a half or maybe. This is the river fishing, man. When you catch it right, they get aggressive. Look at that fella. Good thick river fish. Kind of beat up on the side there a little bit. Back up off this real quick. Really need to spin this ice chest around. Alright. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, got another one. Look at that. Usually it's white bass stacked up right here, but today the largemouth look like they're gonna be on it. Not a bad one either. I'm talking, he hit it as soon as it hit the water. One thing I did not bring is pliers either. One thing I love about fishing this river, that's a good, might turn him loose. Yeah. One thing about this river, man, you can catch some good fish in here when it's right. Catch it when it's wrong, it'll humble you. There's another one. Out there, stacked up right there. All right. Not a monster, but another good river fish. Little half-pound guy. I tell you what. Since these bass are stacked up, there seems to be a bunch of largemouth right here. That's what I'm gonna do. Throw this old hog wall up in there and see if I can't get a big one. Usually up in here, soft plastics. There's one. Usually you catch the better ones on some soft plastics like that. Yep. Yep. Dude, that's ridiculous. Look how thick that fish is. Old hog wallow on a 6-cent flipping hook. I know y'all hear me talk about that 6 cents, man. I've used a lot of baits over the years, and I'll tell you what, I have fallen in love with the prawn and the hog wallow. You can't beat them. You see how I called that one, huh? I told you that bigger fish, man, you just catch them on these. Usually you catch bigger fish on these soft plastics in here in this river. Yeah, I do need to take my drag up a little bit though. Y'all always hear me say that, because I always let off my drags a little bit when I'm not using them when they're at the house, just to keep them strong and fresh. And I don't always tighten them back up. And I got a bad habit of doing that. You know, usually in here you catch better fish on these soft plastics. Any fish, it's more than enough to go around, so this is where I come to really make a meat haul. Like I said before, I'm really here to bow fish. Maybe throw some jugs out if I get some bait. Another one, a little guy. I think we'll turn him loose. Getting water all over my camera, dude. You need to chill out. Dry y'all off. Another little guy. Yeah, if y'all haven't went and picked up some of these hog wallows, you're missing out. You are missing out. It's my two favorite things, which is a creature bait and a lizard. And I think they went above and beyond with this. You got the lizard body, but you got them long creature-like tails on them. And tell you what, I'm just gonna pitch that right there. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they up under the boat. There's another one. Yeah, that one. I think that one will do. Make sure ain't nobody around. Man, I just think I can catch bigger. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I'll have to get another lizard out here in a minute. They don't. It's always a good thing when you've been here 5 minutes and you've already done tore up one lizard. So, tell you what, man, the fishing in these spots are just unreal sometimes. All right, I got a 3-legged lizard, so he looks wounded. That's a little trick y'all don't know about. I'm about to show y'all. Letting y'all in on my little tricks. You got to make the lizard look wounded. That's number one. The more wounded he looks, the better off your chances are. Another little one. Alright, the crippled worm is working. I'm telling you, that's the trick, you know, you just gotta make it look wounded. We'll throw it on the other side of the road there. Missed him. Alright, this lizard's about had it, so I'm not even gonna go to the back of the boat because I just happen to have a prawn laying right here. Yep, here they come. I already knew that was gonna happen. Already knew that was gonna happen. Okay, he's just crawfishing. Ain't that thing there. Just gonna back off of that spot right there for a minute. Give him a chance to get out of there. Good, get out of here. Go, go, go. Alright, you see that, people? I was an asshole. I thought it was a hole buzzer. It's just a crawfisherman. Just a crawfisherman out here making his daily living. That's a good one. That's a good one. Not bad. Not as good as I thought he was when I set the hook, but he'll do. Look at that fella. Thick, man. Whoa, freaking wind is blowing me all up in this stuff, man. Another good fish. Those are actually the best eating size, but I'm gonna give them a break today. Gonna give them a break today. Whew. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed yesterday when I went to that lake up in Mississippi, man. Usually I can go up there and do pretty good, but this time of year it's really hard. I think they had drained the lake. Yeah, they had drained the lake and the grass hadn't come back yet. So, you know, it was one of those situations where the fish were out in deeper water, more scattered out, harder to find. But I figured come up here today because I knew this river was getting right. I might not be liking this smaller profile. Might be wanting something a little bigger with a little more action on it. Oh, missed him. Alright. Must have been a small one. Gonna let him run with it a little bit. Alright, back to the old hog wallah. If you didn't know any better, you think I was sponsored by 6 cents. As much as I use them. I got nothing but good things to say about it so far, I can say that. Because my biggest thing for years has been zoom, you know, brush hogs and trick worms, stuff like that. But when I started using this, shoot, I fell in love with it. And I am hardhead. I don't like changing stuff up. So I kind of had to make myself use them, try them out. But the first couple trips I made with them, I was sold. I said, yeah, I'm catching a lot more fish, and a lot of times I catch better quality fish. And I'm not the greatest bass fisherman in the world, so anything I can use to give me a upper hand, oh, I'm using it. You better believe it. There we go. Little fella. Sorry, I just slapped you on the face with a fish. Oop. Sorry, dude, my bad. Sorry. Get out of here. That was my bad. All right, well, had a little bit of a mishap today on the boat. I don't know if y'all can see that. First of all, I want to say I had a great day of bass fishing. I've never had this happen before. I've got 4 or 5 batteries that from getting overheated, they swell up from the sides. So when I put it in my GoPro, it was a little tight going in this morning, but like I didn't have to shove it in, you know, just a little tight going in. And after the first video, after the first battery went dead, I went to take it out, and the camera was so hot from the sun beating down on it that battery had swole up even more, and it was stuck in there. When I went to try to pull it out, the tab actually ripped the whole back of the battery off. I never go anywhere without freaking needle nose in the boat for unhooking fish, whatever. That's all I needed to get this out with. I tried prying it out with my knife. I was scared I was gonna bust the battery and acid was gonna come out. So anybody who's ever bought one of these knows you don't want to screw one of these up. They're not cheap. And that one, I've had it for about 4 years. That's a GoPro Black, and it's a good camera. I really like it, but I ain't buying another one of these for a long time. This one's got to last me as long as I can. I think I spent like $400 on this one, but I lost a lot of well, I didn't lose footage, I just didn't get any footage, because as soon as I realized I couldn't get the battery out, I quit messing with it. And I think the last thing y'all are gonna see is when it was a dude, his son, and grandkids. They come down there, and the way it is right there, you got a road that goes back off into goes actually all the way out to the Mississippi River, And well, the road comes down, it's got a dip in it, then it comes back up. Well, right there where I was fishing, it was only maybe a foot deep, and it dropped, both sides of the road dropped off down into the bar pits. Well, they come up and they was standing in knee deep water, maybe, probably not even that deep, and they're throwing out. Well, when I realized that they weren't going to leave, I was like, screw it. So I just went back over there. As soon as I got to back where y'all saw me catch the fish, I started throwing, and I just started hammering fish, 3-4 pounders, and one after another. Well, these people start walking out into the water like they're going to try to walk up on the road and stand right where I'm fishing. And when they got to where that road dips down, it started getting like waist deep, and they didn't want to go any further, so they stopped right there, and they're like trying to cast where I'm casting, and really unethical. You don't do that kind of crap. But that irritated me. I didn't say anything to them because I realized that they weren't going to come any closer than that. So I just sat there in front of them, 40 yards, just throwing fish in the boat. I got my limit in probably an hour. I had my limit. I was throwing, smaller fish back, kept a bunch of the bigger ones, and all in all, I caught probably 25, 30 bass right there. I actually got to the point I just threw my anchor out, and I didn't even use the trolling motor anymore. I just threw the anchor out, and I just sat right there, and I put that hog wallow to work. But yeah, that kind of irritated me. If I see people fishing, I'll move on. I don't even try to get close to them, even if I see them fishing or catching fish. And there are a lot of people, that were driving along the road up there. They kept stopping. Boy, they'd sit there and watch us. And when they would do that, I would just kind of start pitching off where I knew the fish weren't. And they'd sit there and watch us for 15, 20 minutes. And they'd leave, and as soon as they'd leave, I'd go back to catching fish. But the moral to this is, don't be those people. If I see people fishing, even if they're wearing them out, I'm not going to get anywhere near them. I can't tell you how many times that's happened, where people are in the spot that, I normally catch fish. They're catching fish. Yeah, I could go right. It's public water. It's public land, public water. I can stand right there and catch fish right next to you. But I don't do that because that's just not what you're supposed to do. That's not very sportsmanlike. It's not the right thing to do. But anyway, I got my limit. Probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock. The sun came out, started beating down good. I thought the gar were going to start rolling. I didn't see, which is rare because that's a spot where I just see a lot of big gator gar. And I didn't see one today. I seen a bunch of big spotted gar, but I wasn't after them today. So once I got my limit of bass, I started trolling around with my bow. Went to a spot through the cast net a little bit where I usually catch shad. The shad weren't there, so I didn't have any bait to bait my jugs up with. But yeah, the footage the footage you saw is what I got, and man, I missed out on a lot. But I've got to figure out something for this, because I'm gonna go buy some new batteries, but I need a separate battery pack. I think they can just plug in, have the battery pack in my pocket or whatever, because that right there screwed me of some really good footage today. But is what it is. I still had a blast. Got a little sunburned, but I waited a little too long to put the sunblock on. But had a good time. Caught a bunch of fish. Like I said, probably got 25, 30 bass. Did catch a big cycle A on a spinnerbait. Actually, right when the camera died, I didn't go maybe 20 more feet, and I caught a big cycle A on a spinnerbait. before I went back over and started catching the bass. But yeah, that was a watermelon red hog walleye I was throwing, and dude, I love that freaking bait. I love that freaking bait. The bass love it, especially in that river. I've noticed. I mean, I catch a lot of bass in lakes and stuff like that, but there's something about that river, they love it. Yeah, I do have some other footage from, I want to say, a January trip maybe, that, yeah, I think it was January. It was actually right after I shot the last video. And I caught a couple good decent bass that day. Cold front came in, they kind of shut down, but I was pretty much everything that day was on a spinner bait and a prawn, 6 cents prawn, and I think I caught 5 or 6, a couple good ones. But yeah, today that was footage I wish I could have got, because it was almost there for a little while. It was almost every cast, and you know, a lot of them were pound and a half maybe, and I lost one that was about 5.5. I didn't even think I had a fish. I never felt him pick it up. I just felt weight, and I kind of pulled back, and I thought it was hung up, and I let down, and I actually pulled my string and popped it, you know, to try to unhang it. And when I did, it took off. I set the hook again just to try to bury it in him, but I think he was spitting it out when I popped the line, and he come up out the water. I got a good look at him, probably 5 pounds, and I got him right up to the boat, and as soon as I lifted my rod up and I reached down to grab him, he just shook his head under the water. Freaking bait come flying out at me. So that was a good one. I missed, but couldn't find the white bass. That river, when it gets to a certain height, and it was just a little too low today. If it was 4 foot higher, those largemouth probably wouldn't have been there. It probably would have been mostly white bass. I seen a few white bass chasing small minnows, and but it just, I couldn't get them to hit nothing. But I don't think it was a big school of them. I think it was just a couple of them passed through. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy all this, what little bit of footage I did get. Like I said, just to make the video a little bit longer, I'll throw all the extra stuff in from back in January, I think. And just it could have been, I could have had probably could have had an hour of just straight throwing bass in the boat. But hey, things happen, we learn, and I know now I gotta do something a little bit different with this. I'm gonna go buy some new batteries though, because I do have I got about a dozen batteries. I probably got 4 or 5 of them that are like this one, that are kind of swole up a little bit. I'm gonna throw those away. I'm gonna get rid of them, and that really screwed me. But not having those, as soon as I got home, I was able to, I mean, you can see where I kind of ripped it with the knife right there, trying to get it out while I was on the water. And I was just able to grab that little piece right there and pull it right out the freaking camera, no problem. So that screwed me. But yeah, it was a good time though. Had a real good time. Ain't bugs out here, man. Hot and the bugs are out. Didn't even have to crank up the little Yamaha today. I don't think I hardly even put it, I don't even think I put it down hardly. Never cranked it once. But I am going to get some good gator gar footage, hopefully soon. I just got to figure out what's going on with them, because they should have been everywhere today. It was hot, sun was out, gar, you know, like I said, the big spotted gar, they was rolling everywhere. But I've never seen one gator gar, which is rare, especially in that spot right there. Usually I see at least 6 or 7 throughout a day of fishing there. So I don't know, gonna figure something out. Might have to go to some different areas. Might have to go to the Mississippi River down here around Baton Rouge. Some of them canals that come off of it there, they got some big ones. I don't know that area as well because I don't really mess with it down this way. Usually go further north up the river. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a damn good day. And it is Memorial Day weekend. I'm filming all this on my phone since my GoPro's messed up. But hopefully, what was I saying? Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. Freaking bugs. And so happy Memorial's Day. And thank you to everybody who's ever served this country and did what they've done, for damn sure. We're really in debt to everybody that served in the military. And hope y'all enjoy everything. But y'all have a good one. Hope y'all enjoy it. Oh, there we go. Got him. I knew there had to be one here somewhere. He hit come running straight at me. Yeah, that dude's got some. I don't know if that's where he bounced off the rock or off the. I don't know if that's where he bounced off the log or something, tried to eat him. Cool looking little guy. He's big enough to eat. We'll keep him. Woo! I'm about to fall through this log. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. Stay down, stay down. Stay down. Yeah. Yeah, it was just swimming all with it. There's a belly on that one. Whew. 6 cents prawn, flipping hook. Yeah. That's a good one. Look how thick that fish is. Probably a good pound and a half. Pound and 3/4 maybe. Let him swim with it for a ways. Make sure he had it. Whew, yeah. Not over the tree. There we go. God dang. Little bitty fella. Get your butt back here. You ain't going nowhere. I'm eating both of y'all. Fuck it. I'm eating both of y'all. God dang. What the heck is going on here? Why are my drags so freaking loose? Yep. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Whew. Son. God, that fish is heavy. That is unreal. 6 cent prawn, son. God dang. Yeah, I'm definitely coming back to this spot tomorrow. That sucker was mad when he hit it. He was right there under my feet too. The way he ran when he hit, I thought it was a freaking shoe pick, to be honest with you.